You know something? It's been a long road for the haters. It's been many years we've all been at this. For well over 10 years, we've been debating and defending Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson between his fans and between his haters. And over the years we've learned a lot of things. That most MJ haters are liars, they are fakes. They do this because they have nothing better to do, not because they actually believe that Michael Jackson did what they say he did, or because they even care about the people they claim to be supporting. Maybe some do, but I can assure you most of them don't. What I have for you today, I ask you to please tap into reality and let this set the tone for not only the person I am addressing, but for everybody that is on Mike Parr's page and anybody who supports Wade Robson and Mike Parr. Even the people who seem genuine can have things like this. I'm not saying exactly this, but we've seen too many contradictions, too many lies, too many fakes, too many hypocrites over the years to ignore this anymore. To Mike, to any other hater, and to one hater in particular, say goodbye. And that one hater in particular I'm trying to say, he is none other than the notorious, the most known hater in YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook history, Alfonso. Please, Mike and Alfonso, try and justify what I have found. Alfonso is one of the most known haters in the history of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. He has and had several Facebook accounts, several YouTube accounts, and a couple Twitters as well. He's had several at the same time, possibly under different usernames, but usually under the same variation of the name. We know of two from Facebook alone. Well, not Facebook, sorry. One of them on Twitter is Alfonso Martinez, and the one on Facebook is Alfonso Mendoza. We do know that they're both exactly the same person because he told me that they were. Haters have a reputation for having several accounts they use for trolling. And sometimes they're on the same variation, like Alfonso Martinez, Alfonso Mendoza, but a lot of times they change up the names. Or they'll just change the first name or just change the last name. Or they'll change it entirely, but it's what they do when they get suspended for their criminal and illegal activity. You know, when they threaten fans, for example, or give really disturbing insults. This first image is Alfonso himself. This is the one where he goes around and trolls fans. He has several Facebook pages, YouTube accounts, and Twitter accounts. But this is the one he comments on Parr's page the most often with. The last name is Mendoza, but some accounts have had different last names, such as his Twitter, which has the name Martinez. Regardless, it's all the same person. Recently, Alfonso's Twitter was removed, or suspended. Either way, it doesn't matter, but he does so many inappropriate things on Twitter, and I'm going with suspension above anything else. But the question is, did he ever return to Twitter? According to this screen cap from my own combo with him, he claims to have not returned. But, as we know, MJ haters are not very skilled when it comes to honesty, so I think we can take this fairly well as a lie, and here's the proof. A Twitter account called Butterscotch emerged on Twitter just days after he was suspended, and we believe it's him, and this is why. First of all, the typing is the same. And as you can see here, the location of the account is British Columbia, which is where Alfonso lives. Butterscotch will claim to live in Florida, and that's what the account says. But we know that's a lie because the screenshot was taken before he changed it to Florida. And even if he did live in Florida, why did it originally say British Columbia? Why change it at all? Why was this mistake made? Obviously, it was before he decided he didn't want people to know who he was again. Also, this picture is a comparison picture of the current account Butterscotch and his original Alfonso Martinez photo before the Twitter account was removed. Both accounts have the same devil background. Now that we've established that Butterscotch is Alfonso, let's continue. It's apparent that Alfonso is a South Park fan. The name Butterscotch relates to the character Butters from the show, which is also the profile pic of the Twitter account. Additionally, from this we can locate his Instagram, which has the username, you guessed it, Professor Chaos, which was Butters' alter ego character from the show South Park. Also, the account goes under his exact name from Facebook, and the location is none other than British Columbia. What we are seeing here is a photo of a plane. It's attached to an old Facebook account with the letter initials of his name. And the photo is of Inspector Gadget, which is the same profile picture from his Instagram. Attached to the photo of the plane are two pictures of Alfonso himself. I would show them, but I don't want this video flagged, and they don't play a huge part in the purpose of this video anyway. This is where it gets odd. What I'm going to show you now are several photos of boys half naked on Instagram. All of the following photos are pictures that Alfonso either commented on, liked, or has some connection with in some way or another. All the photos that have traces of Alfonso will be highlighted or circled. It gets a bit disturbing here, so brace yourself. And here are the photos. Here is a screen grab of a thumbnail of a hangout. This hangout was apparently done by a boy who had Alfonso on with him as a guest, most likely a friend of some sort. However, the boy in the hangout with him appears to be really young, maybe around 13. We don't know the exact age, but regardless, very young. With all this being presented, I just want to let everybody know. I am not saying that Alfonso is a child molester or even a pedophile for that matter. I'm an MJ fan, and I research before I judge. But at the very least, this evidence is questionable, and it makes you wonder why Mike Parr and his other minions support this behavior. Me personally, I knew this was possible and existing. MJ haters are very disgusting people. They're hypocrites and liars, and a lot of them probably are child abusers, or just abusers in general. So it's hard to be too surprised by this. Haters will throw this back at us, and say that MJ is worse, and that's fine. Think what you want about MJ. You can howl all you want, but MJ was tried and found innocent. There's mountains of evidence supporting his innocence, and I just think that Alfonso should be investigated as well. And that's all I'm saying. When haters see things like this, they immediately call that person, well, MJ, a child molester. Not thinking that a photo, though inappropriate, may not be criminal at all. And I'm going to give Alfonso, yes, even Alfonso, the exact same benefit of the doubt, because if I didn't, I'd be a total hypocrite. I do not have proof that he molested anybody, or is even a pedophile for that matter. I just think he should be investigated, just as MJ was himself. And just a side note for any of Mike's fans, or Mike himself, who are going to support or defend Alfonso, trying to justify Alfonso's behavior by saying that MJ does the same thing, or worse, just makes you look more guilty, because it's as if you're saying it's okay for someone to prey on young boys just because you believe someone you hate did the same thing. It doesn't make it okay. And it proves that you hate MJ. Not because of what you think he did. It proves you hate him just because you want to, not that you have any right to. also shows that you target MJ and don't truly care about real victims, or any victims for that matter. You people are fake and liars, and this will be proven based on your reaction to the evidence presented in this exact video. The reason I made the point about thinking it's okay to prey on a young boy just because somebody else did it. This point relates to Mike Parr, who once said in a post that it's perfectly fine for Gene Simmons to molest a young boy just because he molested less than Michael Jackson did. If you guys recall, a fan brought it up to Mike, and basically Mike Parr's response was, yeah, well, at least Gene Simmons wasn't accused 5 times. So basically what he's saying is that, oh, it's fine for Gene because he was only accused 1 time. So that's where I got this point from, because haters have said this before, or at least Mike has. Anyway. Alfonso and Mike and all of your supporters. I don't know what you people are truly doing. I know that a lot of you only hate on Michael Jackson because it's fun to hate on him, not because you have any right to. I know that a lot of you don't care about victims. I know that if it was any other victim of any other pedophile, you wouldn't give a shit. It's only because it's MJ. That's literally the only reason. But what I have found here is at the very least disturbing and inappropriate. Like I said, I'm not going to accuse you of anything. And I don't encourage anyone to do that either. I simply think you should be investigated. And to anybody who is thinking about supporting Mike Parr in his campaign, you may want to watch this video, send it to your friends, and think twice about what you saw. My name is Matt's FTR. This is For the Record. If you like this video, check out my other 3 channels, Matt's FTR Dances, and Matt's FTR Deleted. Also check out my Facebook fan page and Twitter page. Link to all of those and a couple more are in the description of every single video that I post.